Joe with Engraver's Choice, the West Coast representative for Boss Laser, covering California, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, of course Hawaii, and Alaska, and of course the Western Canada. I sell to. I'll sell anywhere in North America, but those are the states I'm concentrating on. We sell Boss Lasers. We sell Quality One engravers. We do training for CorelDRAW and Engrave Lab, and of course the XDW software from Xenetech. So as I go into this PC to PC demo for Boss, I will start to break you into the Boss line. Boss has an introductory line, which I use a lot for awards and recognition. It has an industrial line, which goes all the way up to 55 by 98 class 4 tables. And then it has a cutting line. Now we do cutting for both our CO2 lasers with our HPs and SS models. And then we also have fiber markers, which will do some light cutting, and especially and jewelry type items. And then we have our FC units, which are 5 foot by 10 foot and range anywhere from 150 watts for a fiber tube to 4 kilowatts for a fiber tube. 4 kilowatt unit, roughly $350,000. A 150 watt unit is roughly $100,000, 97,000, 98,000. Our introductory models start at $4,000. We do have a 1630 that's quite popular at an LS level that is $7,000, 75 with the chiller. And I always think you should get the chiller. The units are manufactured in Orlando, Florida. They do all the post assembly, all the testing, all the quality assurance there. A large customer support team, a large assembly team there. We own 2 warehouses there in that area. We're putting a warehouse into the West Coast next year. And we do a lot of training with our LaserWorks graphical interface, which is very, very easy to use. We have video courses for CorelDRAW, for Grave Lab. We have contracted with the CADLink people to make Boss Edition 2, which we have in several different layers, the beginning being $395, which is very economical. We work both in vectors and rasters. So when you're cutting, you're of course working with a vector. When you're rastering, you're either determining that by color, or you're going into a bitmap and doing a bitmaps will always raster. We have pass-through capacity, both fore and aft and left and right. We also have a touchscreen upgrade if need be. And one great item is that we can take photographs and turn them into dithers that process specifically for the wattage and size laser that you have. That is done with our basic Grave Lab software, which is Photo Laser Plus. We work heavily with CorelDRAW. CorelDRAW is quite popular with the laser people, but realize if you're married to a software, you're in Adobe, no problem. If you're in SolidWorks or AutoCAD, no problem. Use that software. As long as you're happy with the software, we're happy. If I do not know how to do something in your software, I'll show you how to do it in mine, and then we'll figure it out. I know pretty much 80% of most of the CAD/CAM softwares out there, but I am an expert in Engrave Lab and CorelDRAW and the Xenetech XGW software. Now, our CorelDRAW training, we do a training installation. We also do PC to PC training. We have a video package for both basic, intermediate to advanced. They all have project videos. We sell them at a discount with your purchase. So normally they go for $250 for a video package. If somebody has purchased it with a machine, that's dropped down to $200. As part of the installation and training, we will do software training as well as showing you how to do preventative maintenance on your unit, basically laser 101, troubleshooting, etc. With Engrave Lab, we have a basic intermediate course for Engrave Lab with project videos. We're coming out with an advanced intermediate course. We do one-on-ones, and we do a lot of follow-up training. Remember, you have free phone time during the course of your warranty. whichever warranty you happen to choose. It comes with a base warranty of 1 year, but you can go out to 4 years if you wish. The units are that solid. They're designed to go 24/7, so we have them on assembly lines where they're literally running 3 shifts a day around the clock. Um, the big thing is learning who your customer support is with. With me, I answer the phone from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, Monday through Fridays, and 10 to 2 on Saturdays. We have people in Northern California. We have people in Southern California. We have people in the Northwest. We are getting operation in Salt Lake City and in Phoenix. Now, the LaserWorks graphical interface is like a print driver on steroids. So even though it can be a standalone software and run as a standalone software, as a graphical interface, it's just outstanding. We have quick macros, so once you're done in CorelDRAW or EngraveLab, you hit one button, it downloads, all the defaults match. So all you have to do is shoot it to the laser from there, because it automatically puts the power and speed on there based on your parameters library. You can do a simulation, which means you can simulate the run before you mess up your material. Maybe you've chose something wrong. We also have a round fixture. We have both rotaries and chuck round fixtures. With the simulation, you can do an estimation as well, which means you can basically bid a job better. We use flat linear rails, which give us 40 to 50 times more exposure to the bearing rails. The accuracy level is quite precise. We use mirrors that are about 3 times larger and 5 times thicker than everybody else's mirror, so beam alignment is very, very simple with a unit. And if you crack a mirror, you can did a mirror from a dirt fragment. Instead of placing the mirror, it's probably just going to put a little divot in it, just rotate the mirror because it has a large sweet spot, no beam alignment needed. Now, once we get into the unit and it's done, I will do a follow-up with you training PC to PC, because at that point it's just software. Then after that, you call me. You can't get a hold of me, you text me. There's five of us on the West Coast here besides that work for me directly, and then there is the people you've seen that are the sub reps. Now, the driver cards for the units are micro-stepper driver cards, and we can set these units up either for a USB connection or we can set them up for Ethernet. The big thing is that once you're done with the unit, then you'll be able to basically do anything. You've got a 7-inch drop on most of the units. All the HPs come with the chiller as part of that price. With the LSs, you want to add it. I highly suggest you add the chiller. Comes with the exhaust. It comes with the air pump and a water pump. Water pump I use as an emergency backup. Now, like I say, we have training courses for everything, so you'll see them here, and you'll see videos on the internet that I've sent you. You do have the ability to lock the machine down. You have keys for all the locks and doors. Now, when you're inside the unit, you will notice that after a while, it's all about software. So once you download a job to the laser, or deliver the job via a jump drive to the laser, you can pull your PC or laptop off of it. It's going to be running that job all month. The other thing is we do have autofocus. Over here, you will see the old style autofocus, which has a pin, and some of you do have that, will buy that. And then the new style autofocus, the nose cone is the autofocus, so it's less time consuming and less weight on the head. The customer support team knows our materials, knows our machine, can walk you just through about just anything. I have all the software memorized, so even if you catch me driving, I can probably still walk you through it. Now, we do have a 4 lead screw Z-axis, so it keeps the table very level. It's a bladed table. There is positioning tables that are available for the unit. and of different levels. But you can take the existing unit and make that into a position table extremely easily. So it depends on what your needs are. Some people don't require one. Uh, Now with the lasers, the tubes go 4.5 to 5.5 years on average, and the big thing with the tube is that once I get a tube going, all I really have to do is run it with the distilled water. You're going to tell the distilled water in the chiller once every 6 months. If you do need to replace a tube, it's a quick hookup. It takes you 15 minutes. You're down. That's all. You can buy a backup tube, set them on the shelf. They have tremendous shelf life. With the HPs, you can cut stainless steel, soft steel, and steel in 12 by 12 areas or in 36 by 55 inch areas, depending on the system you buy. And it'll cut with the CO2, it'll cut through about 18 to 20 gauge. Some people have done 16. This is our normal pendant here. This is the touchscreen pendant. You see there's a preview on the screen, and it will track what the job is doing. You see in the back side of the laser here, and you see the extension. All the lasers are upgradable. So if you start off with a 60 and you decide you want to go to 100 or 150, we just send you a tube and a power supply. It's very, very simple to do. All the units are designed for the client to be able to work on. Very elaborate, clean electronics in the unit. Very easy to change boards. All the wires have the wire number that they go in. So the connectors are very, very solid and good electronic balance. You do see pass through from left to right here, which is nice. Now, once I back off here, go down another one. Now, the big thing is that we want you to be happy with the machine. So we use the baseball rule. You tried once, you tried twice, you looked in the videos, you didn't find the answer you're looking for. I want you to pick up the phone. I want you to call me. So if I get out of here and I open up LaserWorks, this is LaserWorks. It's very clean. It's a very it's not a 1950s type interface like Laser Cut. It is definitely 2016. When you save a job, you're saving it married to the graphic. So when I go in here, you will see a parameters library that you can have. Plus, you can marry the graphic to the power and speed. So once it's in here, if you already know what you just want to recall it, just recall the job and run it. You can run a simulation. And it will laser. We can laser from the bottom up or the top down. And we can control whether vectors first or rasters second, whatever direction you want. And we have control within the unit. We can make it do borders. There's just about everything anything you can think of, I could probably make it do it. Now, the software will be loaded onto the unit for CorelDRAW. We do have macros for CorelDRAW to allow you to do variable text. So if I go in here and I open up Corel and I bring up my template, I go into my macro, I tell it go, and it automatically changed all that. And I just hit my icon, and it usually will only download what I have selected. So it brings up Boss automatically, drops in my graphic. It's ready to go, black or red. Now, if I do the same thing here for EngraveLab, it will bring up the EngraveLab Boss Edition 2 Flex. This is our top of the line version. It will also run a rotary engraver or router. It is defaulted to LaserWorks, specifically designed for this interface. So if I recall a job here, for example, tree shape nesting. Now, what nesting is the ability to take something that would take up a 24 by 48 sheet, for example, and put it into a third of that by putting it together like a puzzle. And again, if I just bring up a basic job, And notice it's always going to ask you, did you save the job? It's always going to ask you, are you happy with the size? Having you just get a chance to resize it right off the bat. If I go in here, select all, and now I hit this icon, which is a little more precise, it drops it in. It's ready to go as well. I do use blue as a positioning color, so I don't ever engrave blue. It's just there for alignment. Red is my cut color. Black is my raster color or scan or grave. And all the other colors on the palette have been assigned if you want to assign them, or you can do whatever you want with them. Any questions, call 949-355-4000 or contact me on the internet under engraverschoice.com or sales@engraverschoice.com. Thank you.